This is the main bedroom of the house, and over the past few weeks, I've been turning our bedroom from a cluttered, styleless space into a calm, restful retreat with a dark academia vibe. But I still have some work to do, like finding the perfect light fixture. Most bedrooms have basic fans, and I think they're just boring. So I'm going to be installing a light fixture that fits the vibe. Finding the perfect mirror that fits the vintage vanity I just restored, and then finish the overall design of the room so I can continue to move forward with this bedroom. But of course there's always challenges. We're gonna be stuck here for a while. How's a scratch? I'm only going to be doing smaller parts of this project because I'm overwhelmed. That last makeup vanity took a lot of my energy, but I still want to move the bedroom forward. And I think that I've come a long way. Like, this is what the bedroom used to look like, and this is what it looks like now with all the furniture. Well, most of the furniture is very clearly missing a bed. Today, I'm going to be working on the light fixture, which is actually a chandelier, because Tony wanted a fan, I wanted a chandelier, so we compromised and got a chandelier. The first one I got was the wrong size and it was too big. My brother was here to help me put it up, but it didn't work out. So I finally got one that should be the right size, and I'm going to put that up. This thing is like in a million pieces. Ugh. I actually like the grain of this and like kind of how it looks like with the nightstands. I had no idea chandeliers were even a thing until my last bedroom makeover. I used one that was very unique and I loved it. The only downside is there aren't a lot of options out there yet. I didn't find one that I completely fell in love with, but I still think they look way better than a basic ceiling fan. I'm not sure if these just recently got popular or if I've just been living under a rock, but either way, I'm glad they exist. I just wish the instructions were a little bit better. Really? I have been here fighting with this for like the last 30 minutes because the instructions don't make sense. This was supposed to be an easy project. So I went to the listing because a lot of times they have videos with the instructions, and it does, which is very helpful. It also made me realize that the instructions are completely out of order, and I realized why. Whoever printed this packet and put it together, look at this, goes from page 1, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 3, page 2, page 7. So I was starting with page 4 and nothing makes sense. Okay, I am going to follow the video. People always ask how I stay motivated or where do I get the energy to do all this stuff, and honestly, some days I don't. If you worked on big projects, you know how overwhelming they can get. And when I hit that wall, I actually struggle to take a break. It makes me more stressed because the project isn't moving forward. So instead, I shift gears and I do something that's low effort, like installing this light fixture, shopping for things I need, and even spending time on designing, which I enjoy. For some people, the answer is to take a break. Tony has this down to a science. And I don't know if this is the best way to handle it, but for me, bite-sized projects is the only thing that works. And for Tony, a complete stop of everything. It's what works. Kitty. I'm gonna need help lifting this fan, so let me see what Tony's up to. Tony, what are you doing?
I'm cutting down the cardboard with my new electric scissors from Fanttik, which is today's sponsor.
The Fanttik CA Nano electric scissors are actually pretty cool. I get to use them later when I'm adding fabric to the headboard. The CA Nano electric scissors makes cutting faster and easier thanks to its powerful motor, giving you 15% more power and speeds up to 230 RPM. It handles materials like fabric, cardboard, carpet, even leather, making it a perfect tool for DIYers and crafty people. It's also cordless, rechargeable, and it has this LED display that lets you see the real-time battery life and the speed settings at a glance. Fanttik also sent me this electric mini chainsaw. And let me tell you, I wish I had this when I was doing my yard makeover. I was using the big chainsaw for the small branches because I didn't have anything else to cut it with, and it was very heavy and tiring. But now, anytime that I have a tiny tree growing in the wrong spot, like this one right here is next to the shed, it's right next to the window, I can just cut it. This W10 Apex Mini Chainsaw has a powerful motor and a tough steel chain that makes cutting faster and easier. It cuts up to 30% quicker than other models, and it lasts twice as long, so you get more done with less effort. It comes with a rechargeable battery, so in just 1 hour, it can be charged up to 90%. It's super lightweight, and it also has a light just in case you're working under low lighting conditions. Fanttik actually has a lot of cool small tools, and it's one of my go-to places when I'm shopping for a gift. Fanttik is running a big Prime sale right now, and you can use code TIFFNANO to get up to 36% off the electric scissors, or code TIFFAPEX to get 46% off the mini chainsaw. If you want to check them out, I'll have it linked in the description. Tony, are you gonna help me? Okay. That's a scratch. I am gonna have to get my Sharpies because I am not disassembling this and returning it. It looks cool. What do you think?
I like it. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Please don't drop that. You'll drop it right on the cat.
I forgot to get light bulbs, so I'm putting ugly ones right now to test it. But I'll get fancy light bulbs once this is done, and I make sure it's not gonna fall off the ceiling. Woo! We have light. Do we have a fan? Oh wow, it's really quiet.
Yeah. What do you think, dear? Is it a success?
Oh yeah, it has decorative chains to put on, and I just gotta make sure the top is tied up, but it's good. Oh, I can see all the dust flying in here.
It puts out quite a breeze too. I can feel it all the way over here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's nice. I wish you could feel this, but it is really nice, but wow. So I went to Lowe's. I got a couple different shapes of light bulbs because I wasn't sure what I was gonna like, and these pointy ones are the ones that look the best. They just kind of give it a little bit of that vintage feel. I will say this fixture looks a little more modern than vintage. I guess it's not what I was looking for, but I also didn't find what I was looking for. I looked for fixtures for a long time.
Drum roll, please.
Ooh. Let me change the the brightness. It's kind of cute. I do like the fixture. Like it's a really nice fixture. I really gotta paint that. Maybe tomorrow, because right now I'm gonna go watch Stranger Things. We just went to 7 thrift stores. So we did a thrift store run again. I'm trying to find the perfect mirror and didn't find any mirrors. So now we're at Michael's, not for a mirror, but I need fabric for the headboard. Also, look at this weather.
Oh no.
what I'm doing with the headboard is I want to upholster it. Like I want to do a cushion on top of it, basically. And I want to get fabric for it. I might just get samples this time so that I can get an idea of the colors. And then I gotta figure out the mirror situation. The fabric section here is so sad. I asked an employee if they had fabric and she went like, that was her reaction. Jones is closed, that's where I always got fabric, so I just assumed they had it here, and I guess not. Also, we're stuck here because it's raining now. So, I guess we'll go look at cool stuff. They have Halloween in pink. Like, look at this. I got some samples. So they were able to cut some samples of the fabric, so now I can look at it in the room and really decide what the right color is for the headboard. And I'm glad, because if I had to buy every single piece, I'll probably spend all my money the same way I spend all my money in paint samples. Anyways, I was looking at mirrors, and it is so challenging to find the right mirror because it has to be a certain size in order to look right. This one, for example, very pretty. Too big. Huge. The right size. I don't like how it's put together. Like it just looks like, I don't know, trim pieces, decorative pieces were just slapped into the metal. While this one is like very nice, nicely done, the right color and everything, but it's too small. I can't win. Anyways, what else were we doing? We're back home, and in anticipation of me not finding the right mirror, I ordered one on Amazon and it arrived today. I was so sure that I was not gonna find the right one that I had a plan B, and my plan B is too small. Let me tell you, it sucks to be a perfectionist. If it's not put together, like I can't really see what the right size should be. Like I thought this size would be perfect, but now that I'm seeing it in person, I'm like, that mirror is a little too small. And it shows. So my plan C is one that I saw at Lowe's, and I thought it might be too big, but maybe it's not. So yeah, I guess I'm going back out to Lowe's. After all that search for the perfect mirror, this one is the one. You're about to see the inside of my brain because I'm about to put together the mood board for this room. And I haven't done that before because I thrifted all the furniture. I didn't know what the furniture was gonna look like. I didn't know what color it was gonna end up being, and I couldn't really put anything together yet. But now that I have enough furniture, I have something to work with. So I'm going to be using Canva. So the first thing I like to do is to make the background the same color of the walls. And now I'm just gonna drag pictures of furniture so that I can pretty much recreate my room. Oh, that's very big. This bed over here, we're going to pretend that this is my bed. It is not. This is the headboard. I know, it's ugly. But my plan with the headboard is to upholster it. So I'm going to add fabric, just like it has fabric here. So you're just gonna see the outer frame of it. That goes around there. This might not be to scale. Look at that. How does that look? Starting to look like a bedroom already. I want curtains. I kind of want them to match the wall. Like I want them to blend in with the wall maybe. I don't want the curtains to call attention. I want the curtains to almost be invisible. I'm also thinking above the headboard to have a picture. Maybe something like that. What if I go with green? Mood boards are great for trying to decide on colors, or at least narrow it down a bit. It really gives you a good idea of what everything's gonna look like. It's not always perfect. I sometimes put things together and then I'm like, nope, that did not work at all. I can go all green, everything green. Oh, I do have the accent chair. We're just gonna put it here right now because I don't know where to put it, but this tells me that I have this color in the bedroom. I don't know, that kind of needs a pillow. I don't know if having green sheets is going to be too much green. Nothing can ever be too much green for me. I love green. Another one that I've seen a lot of my inspiration pictures. No, I don't think it's gonna work. So my inspiration pictures, if you remember what I've shown, this was my inspiration board. Basically, I take pictures online from rooms that are already done, and I just try to figure out what is it that I like about these rooms. So for example, this one over here, I really like the night tables here, which is why I ended up making the nightstand. See how I ended up trying to match them, because I really like how they look here, so I was trying to match that. I also really like the trim on the wall. That's why I ended up doing the trim on the wall in the bedroom. See, this has trim on the wall, this has trim on the wall. I went with like a simpler version. What about kind of brown? I don't think so. I like this. I'll be fine with this color. Like, I'll be fine with light sheets. What about like like a dark brown? I like that. If I'm going to keep the bedroom dark, or mostly everything dark in there, let's go with that one for now. I do feel like it needs the windows. I prepared and got a picture of the window. We're gonna need pillows, so let's bring this pillow back. And then maybe we do green pillows. I've said this before, I'm not an interior designer. This is just what I do. I just, I try to put things together in a way that they're cohesive, they look good, but mostly that I like them. Honestly, it makes a difference. When you take the time, it comes out a lot better than just throwing a bunch of random stuff together. Okay, so we have the floor. And I know, yes, there's a hole in the middle, but we're gonna cover that with a rug, don't worry. This is how we cover our imperfections here. Nobody's gonna know. Okay, no. I think this is too light. Okay, what about, that's very red. I like this one, so let's delete the red one. Ooh, I like this one. I like the dark one. I want to keep it as dark as possible. All right, so let's try this. That could work. Especially if I do a brown comforter or even the light comforter. This one's too loud. I like the red ones, but they're loud. I like this one. Kind of matches with the comforter. I like that. I also like that. It's almost $800. Okay, I will not be getting that one. I might not end up getting exactly what I put on this mood board, but it helps me go in the right direction and what to pick, the colors, the shapes that I'm looking for. Okay, we're not doing that rug. I like that one. Is there too much brown going on? Let me too much brown. It's 149. Do you see, that's more like it. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, so a few things are coming to mind. One, I have this burgundy accent chair here. So I definitely need a little bit more of this color sprinkled in here and there, which is why I picked this pillow. This plant right here that I have on the nightstand, you see how it is like the yellow leaves or whatever coming out? I might change that to burgundy if I keep it, just to kind of sprinkle more of this color. I might end up changing that. I think this is a pretty solid plant. I really like it. The headboard, of course, gonna look a little different. It's not gonna have that curve. I wish it did. I know that I didn't really do much of a physical project. I really needed a break, and this is one way I take a break. I'm still working, I'm still moving the project forward, because this planning is something that I have to do. I can't put a room together without planning it. And this is also time consuming, because I had to look through a lot of different pictures and products and find the right ones. So you're just seeing an edited version that you get to see in a few minutes, but this took hours for me to put together. So hopefully you enjoy watching my process of designing, and hopefully I present it to you in a way that can maybe do your own design for your room. Maybe this is helpful. Every time I do a long project, there's usually a point where I get really overwhelmed, and this is how I continue to move forward. I just switch to the little things, the easy things, or try to find something to do that I find fun. And this was very fun to do. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you being here, and thank you, patrons and members. I will see you all on the next video. Should I do green or brown? Green or brown? I can't decide.